Gunshots. Somebody had some fun with this thing. Wow, somebody blew this thing to Kingdom Come. And here we are at the Battle of Punished Woman's Ford.
So you do it one more time because this thing is in the way of you a little bit.
Here we are at the Battle of Punished Woman's Ford. Place of great Western history. The last major battle fought in this area of the Wild West. But it's also known to be haunted. What happened? Oh my God. Woo! Don't give up, keep going.
There is a concrete platform right here that's man-made.
Wow. Watch out, there's also spikes coming out of the ground.
Woo! That's steep.
It is.
That's steep.
Let's see if I can go up this way.
Wow. Woo!
How are we gonna get over this thing?
Okay, I got a plan.
All right.
We'll go right here.
We're almost at the top.
The good news is, you can sit down and it's shady.
Good. I was hoping you would say that.
So how are you feeling?
It was so refreshing. That walk was so refreshing.
All right, Bear, where to?
Check out this monument.
All right. An egg. A hard-boiled egg.
It says this marks the site of the Picuri Indian Pueblo, 1604, which became an outpost of Spanish civilization and a rendezvous for French traders prior to 1720. And I believe the actual ruins are over this way.
El Cordoligo. Cordoligo. That one. Wow!
This is an excavated Indian pueblo.
This is amazing! There's 7 rooms! Look at those bowls. Samples or what's going on there? Why are the coffee cans stuck in the ground?
Do you see that salamander?
There it is. There it is.
There's another salamander over there!
Wow, this is Salamander Central.
And you could tell that they used the rock from this land because this is the rock that's available.
Yep.
Hey, say it, Bear.
El Cuartelejo.
El Cordoligo. Cordoligo. That's so cool.
This was a village of Pueblo Indians who fled north to escape the conquistadors from the Renaissance era. Hello and welcome to wonderful Scott City, Kansas, a tiny oasis on the Western Plains, named after U.S. Army General Winfield Scott. The town was founded in 1885 when two women from Chicago built a log cabin on the open prairie. They then started a newspaper called the Western Times, which was funny because they were the only two people there. My goodness. Today, Scott City sits at the junction of two highways and is a popular watering hole for tourists on the way to Scott City Lake, a marvelous place for swimming, jet skis, and family picnics. Surrounded by scenic hills and tall cliffs, it's also a great place to go rock climbing. Just west of the lake can be found the ruins of El Cordoligo, a Spanish word that translates as the distant corner. Around the year 1600, a small group of Pueblo Indians from what is now New Mexico escaped their Spanish conquerors and fled north to Kansas. They built an adobe-style pueblo and planted corn nearby. Eventually, though, the conquistadors tracked them down and recaptured them. From that point on, the adobe building was used as a remote outpost called the Cordoligo, and the Spanish would occasionally do business with French fur traders there, until 1720 when they were ironically massacred by local Kansas Indians. At some point, the adobe collapsed and was unknown to Americans until 1898, when visitors to Scott City Lake discovered the ruins, which are the northernmost Pueblo ruins in the entire world. The area is now a tourist center curated by the El Cordoligo Museum of Scott City, an interpretive and interactive place of learning, which traces the history of the High Plains from the days of the Wild West down to our new modern age. The exhibit includes cowboy trail items, Native American antiquities excavated nearby, and U.S. cavalry swords and saddles. And if you have time, also visit the Jerry Thomas Art Gallery, located next door. A collection of breathtaking paintings by the nationally celebrated artist, which depicts scenes of Western heritage and wildlife panoramas. Just beautiful. I would love to own one of these paintings someday. And they're for sale in the lobby. But today, our mission takes us to the hills just west of Scott City Lake, a place the locals call Battle Canyon. It began in the summer of 1878 when the Cheyenne Indians escaped from their reservation in El Reno, Oklahoma, in an attempt to return to their homeland on the Great Plains. The 19th Infantry Division of Fort Dodge, Kansas was dispatched to catch them and march them back. The cavalry of horse-riding soldiers, led by Lieutenant Colonel William H. Lewis, spent weeks hunting and tracking the Cheyenne until the afternoon of September 27, 1878. When they finally cornered them near a fork of the Scott City Lake in western Kansas. Peering through his telescope, the lieutenant colonel chanced to find the Cheyenne children and families huddled together, hiding in a small cave at the northern end of an open canyon. Colonel Williams ordered his men to advance on the tribespeople, not knowing that they were about to walk into a trap. The Cheyenne had spent the prior 2 days digging rifle pits, which can still be seen today, and setting up fortifications on the ledge of the western cliffs. When the soldiers got halfway down the canyon, the warriors hiding above them opened fire. The cavalry had no choice but to quickly retreat south to their command position by the water and formulate a new strategy, in which they sent out 2 scout parties. The first of which snuck around the ravine and found the Cheyenne's horses, which they then cut free, while the forward infantry carefully advanced up the canyon, quickly dodging bullets as they ran from rock to rock. Sometime later, when they finally climbed to the top of the ravine, they saw the Cheyenne warriors were gone. All they found was one Indian squaw running from gun pit to gun pit, rifling off shots as fast as she could to preserve the illusion. The cavalrymen quickly descended back down the ravine to the small cave at the northern end, which is now known as Squaw's Den, where they had seen the families and children hiding. But when they got there, it was empty. Everyone was just gone, vanished. In one of the most confounding maneuvers in military history, the entire Cheyenne Indian tribe, without supplies or horses, disappeared into 30,000 square miles of open prairie without a trace. Some historians theorize that there must have been a second compartment in the cave, or that the Cheyennes had hid somewhere in tall grass until the army had left. But honestly, none of these explanations seem satisfactory. All that is known is the tribe survived the winter somehow and made their way to the frontiers of Montana, where they started a new life. According to legend, the cavalry that day tied the Cheyenne squaw to a tree and demanded to know where the others had gone. But the woman just closed her eyes as tight as she could and wouldn't say a word. After a long and harsh interrogation, the forward commander walked back to report the situation to Lieutenant Colonel Lewis. But upon arrival at the rear camp, he found soldiers standing around Lewis lying on the ground. Apparently, during the long standoff, the squaw had fired a lucky shot from long distance. Lieutenant Colonel William H. Lewis was the last Kansas soldier killed by American Indians. The forward commander swiftly returned to the cliff top, determined to make the woman open her eyes and talk. But when he lifted the blanket covering her, he saw that she would never talk again. During the day-long battle, she also had been caught by a fateful bullet. The name of the Indian squaw who sacrificed herself for the tribe is lost to history. In the storytelling of Western lore, she's known only as the Punished Woman. Also part of Western lore is ghost stories from Battle Canyon. People camping at Scott City Lake on a star-filled summer night say they have heard cries coming from the ravine. Multitudes of shrieks and echoes that sound like distant weeping voices. Some driving the road at night have seen a lonely figure standing in solitude on the canyon's edge. And now, today, we will be hiking Battle Canyon in a quest for answers and knowledge. So please join us as we search for the ghost of Punished Woman's Fork.
Let's see here. We have to register. Please register.
What are you finding in there?
I'm just registering. Very beautiful.
And does that come with a map?
You know, let's take a look at here. Looks like we have some background information. I know you're kind of a history buff. Might want to remind me what's back. And let's see if we have a map. Battle map.
Ah, that's what we're looking for.
We found the map.
Found the battle map. 140 years ago, a monumental battle took place here. This land is known to be patrolled by a ghost army to this day.
Army?
Yep. You writing a note for the next people?
Yeah.
Tell them, roll that beautiful bean footage.
All right.
Write that down. Roll that beautiful bean footage, Duke.
Oh.
Do you hear voices? You didn't catch that? I thought I heard singing.
Maybe that's why I'm in a singing mood, as someone else is singing here already.
I thought I heard a voice in the distance. It almost sounded like singing. All right, we're gonna proceed forward and see what we can find. You thinking of going hang gliding?
Hey, great
You should have brought a parachute.
Go right into that cave. Just jump.
Ah, like Inspector Gadget.
Yep.
Inspector Gadget, ha 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 ha.
Go, gadget parachute.
All right, let's take a look at this monument. This marks the site of the last encounter in the state of Kansas between Native Americans and the United States government. This, as you can see from the sign, this is where Lieutenant Colonel Lewis and his troops entered the valley and were engaged by the Cheyenne Army. Facing this way is Sanctuary Cave, where the women and children hid during the battle. And above the cave is the escape draw. And that is the route in which the retreating Native Americans fled through that canyon. Do you see?
I see it.
On above there. I suggest we descend the canyon to the southwest. Here, we begin our investigation and move thusly. Also, we're looking for the gun positions that were held on the cliffside. What do you think?
Yeah, that would be great.
Maybe we'll find some old spurs.
I'll take a button.
Hey, we already found this battle stick. We already found this weapon. All right, shall we begin? By the way, watch your step here, because the first step, it's a doozy. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Buddy, you better watch where you're going here, because if you start tumbling down, there's no way I can run up and catch you. You understand what I'm saying? This has been a day of hysterics. People acting like maniacs, goodness. All right, we're ready to party. have some desert flowers here too. Here's another cactus.
Oh, only I
Little pot.
had my gardening gloves.
Do some gardening out here, huh?
Yeah.
Never too early to start gardening. Looking for an arrowhead.
You forgot your top pocket.
Although they get a top pocket point. Here's another baby cactus. Baby cactus. Soldiers! Quickly, blow them away! Fire at will, men! No, please don't shoot!
Go, and a 1, and a 2, and no finish.
Good job. Whoa!
Cat-like reflexes.
Wow. We're trying to navigate a way to the canyon floor. Hey, no acrobatics this time, though. You found a shady spot, huh?
Yeah. We haven't gone very far, but you'd be surprised how you beat it already.
Boy. Did you hear something run by? I think we got company.
Almost sounds like I can hear wagon wheels like going across.
Mission update. I believe that I heard someone singing at a great distance. And Julianna said that she heard wagon wheels for a moment. Want to do some rock climbing, huh? Well, now's your chance. Just don't do anything I wouldn't do. Uh-oh. You think you can do it? My goodness, look at these trees. Hey, how'd you do that so quick? Wait, is there a ladder back there? How'd you do that?
Reporting for duty, sir.
All right, the mission continues thus forthly. Oh goodness, look at these trees. Oh my God, look at that rock. All right, did you find anything up there?
Looks like to be some markings in the rocks. Possibly some holes in the rocks like this. Actually, there's something like this too. Where those holes are from.
It was like a cubby.
Yeah. Please, everybody, we're coming in. Thank you. Get off the path. Thank you. Come on, go. Don't be asleep now. Look at that space up there.
My goodness, this is like the pit of despair. It's like a cave for wolves down there.
Wow.
You better not eat those, buddy.
But they're blueberries.
No, don't even dream about it. No, nice try. You better leave those for the next crazy person.
Oh,
Wow.
look, the birds. It's like a birdhouse.
I wonder if that could be some of the voices that we were hearing from a distance.
Maybe the echoing. Look at them. Look. Oh, that lives in rocks. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Oh, they're everywhere.
Yeah, there's lots of birds. And it looks like they're happy to see you.
Have It's nervous but happy. It's melting.
We gotta keep going. We must reach the cave.
Reaching it. A lot of branches in this cave now.
Do you see any markings?
Hey, look. There's one heck of a tunnel in this rock. I mean, a person could crawl up there. Look at this.
It's almost like this is hollowed out.
This may have been how the Native Americans escaped.
It's like a hollowed out rock. That goes back like a tunnel.
It does. I believe this is a tunnel system, and I think the Cheyenne warriors used this as their means of escape.
Wow. Oh yeah, it goes back there. Well, that
Perhaps.
makes sense how they did it. If this tunnel goes like up that and opens up at that ridge, come on.
They said it was like a vanishing act.
Cause this stone feels like plaster.
Yep. I think that may have been tunneled out. I'm seeing lots of little caverns. I'm seeing lots of little getaway spots. This is like an obstacle course through here. This entire canyon is full of booby traps.
Yes.
Another.
Wow.
Now see, that looks like a spot for somebody to crawl up into
Yes.
and be waiting. That is a perfect vantage to conceal yourself, and they're walking right into the line of fire.
Whoa, look at this one.
Another tunnel.
Oh, look at that one.
Another tunnel. Friends, this has been tunneled out. That has been dug out. That has been tunneled out. Oh, wow.
Crickets sound like helicopters when they fly by.
Can you believe I almost fell through this?
Oh my gosh.
I was one step from going down a tunnel. Bye-bye. Yeah, we gotta be more careful. Woo! I almost went right through there. Oh my goodness. There's another pit. Well, you could rock slide right down to that one. Ooh, my word. There is danger around every corner. Oh,
It's a creature.
a creature.
It's a creature. Oh, it's a bunny rabbit.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, we have to move.
I'm just glad it wasn't a coyote.
Me too. We saw a roadrunner this morning.
I did see a roadrunner.
Wow, this is like the Queen Deluxe cave.
Yes, this is Punished Woman's Cave.
There were aliens here hiding at one point.
This is where the Native Americans hid.
Look at this cavern here too.
A cavern. Whoa,
Careful there.
this is almost like the Return of the Jedi pit that Boba Fett went into.
Yes.
This is wet.
Yeah, it is wet.
There's moisture coming up from below the earth. It means that this is below here. This is empty. There's moving water.
Look at this cavern up here. It goes back there too.
Are you thinking an escape tunnel?
It's like a little
Is it
storage.
possible? Is it? Oh
my God.
My goodness! Is it possible to have hidden up there and then concealed with a rock?
Yes.
Ah, we may be getting somewhere.
It goes back there.
This pit is baffling because
It's like the earth is sinking into it.
it is. It's like a sinkhole.
Yeah.
But the ground it's almost muddy. As we conclude our final report for you on today's mission, we are excited to share some interesting discoveries. Over half a dozen tunnels and apertures in the cliffside. Perhaps at one time a den of foxes, or something dug out by wolves. but almost certainly expanded and utilized by natives. It's easy to imagine Cheyenne warriors tunneling further and further through the soft fossil rock, and maybe even reaching an escape route in the hills to the north. The Cheyenne had centuries to tinker with these tunnels, and the U.S. cavalry undoubtedly had no knowledge of them. We can also tell you there is a hollowed-out water source beneath the floor of Squaw's Den Cave, and perhaps this aided them somehow in their escape. Now, as regards the many tales of ghosts in the canyon, we have a few new theories on that as well. The eerie sound of singing which has been reported, in our case, was bird song. A large flock of chirping birds echoing throughout the arroyo walls. We also noticed multiple large and tall rock formations, almost in the shape of a person, jutting up from the crest of the gorge's walls. Seen from a mile or so away, could easily look like a ghostly form guarding the canyon. Or even the monument itself, standing tall on a hill, on some moonlit night could be mistaken for a ghostly apparition. Anyway, just a few thoughts. By the way, we want to thank you for coming with us on our trip to Punished Woman's Fork. Indeed, we ended up seeing many unusual things, but we couldn't shake the feeling that something in the canyon was also seeing us. Have a good weekend, everyone, and yahey to all our friends.